What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited about today's video because for the first time ever on the channel, I'm going to be checking out Kiesel guitars. I'm on the website now. I'm going to check out the brand new model that they just released called the Kyber, and this thing looks sick. My first impressions are this thing is amazing, and every iteration that I've seen of this guitar on other channels just floors me. It just blows me away. It looks great. I can't wait to get my hands on one of these things. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to run through the builder. And essentially, money's no object because this is just an imaginary build. So we're just going to go all out and spec it out exactly the way I would if I could just afford, anything and everything. So bear in mind that these guitars are custom made here in the US. And for that price, I think $1,600 as a base price is extremely reasonable. Now, let's just get right into it. So up on screen, we've got the builder here. And of course, we're going with the Kyber, the brand new model. Dexterity, right-handed, because although I'm a lefty, I play right-handed. Strings. I was going to originally go with the 7-string version. However, they don't offer any other options for scale length. It's only the 25.5-inch scale length. I don't really want that for a 7-string. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Maybe they'll change that in the future. Don't know. So we're going to go with the 6-string version for today. And again, this is just an imaginary build, but we're just going to go all out because I want to see what this thing is going to cost and how badass, essentially, we can make it look. I guess the case is included. That's awesome. Body options. First off, body woods. I actually really like the look of Black Limba. Apparently, it's free, at least temporarily. So that's sick. We're going to go with that. And then for the front top wood, you've got a lot of different options here. However, I really, really love this spalted maple look. You don't see that as often, I feel like, as you see, the figured or flamed maple tops. So we're going to go with that one. That is pretty sick right there. Finish. All right, you've got all kinds of colors, options. I just went through the website really quickly before I turned the camera on, and I saw a really beautiful finish called Imperial Stain. Now, this can only be put on swamp ash bodies or figured maple tops. Okay. So I guess we have to go back to tops. Okay. We're going to work it out, guys. We're going to figure it out. Logo. Next up. The logo. I'm a big red guy. I like reds. Okay. Top coat. I'm always torn between the high gloss finish and the satin. I prefer the look of the satin, but then the paint can wear away over time. So I'm thinking clear gloss for this one because we want it to last. And rear and sides. Rear body natural. Back and sides. See, I'm going to go sides and back natural. Let's see what that looks like. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Additional features. Finishes. Burst edges. No, no, no. None of that. Body options. 3-piece body. So what is the normal body then? More than 3 pieces? I don't know. We're just going to leave it without because I'm not sure. That's $150 more. And they don't explain it, so I'm not going with it. Neck options. Here we go. Let's have some fun with the neck. I like multi-piece necks, so let's see what we have for options here. We've got 3-piece, 5, 7. You know what? I like the look of the 5 here with like the 2 stripes. And I always like the look of prefer the look of a darker neck. So that looks sick. Black Limba, 2 maple stripes. How about walnut with 2 maple stripes? Darker? Heavier? Lighter? I'm not really sure. Let's go with that one. Maple and walnut, awesome. Number of frets. I mean, it's going to be 24, right? There's no other option. That's fine. Neck profile. I always prefer thinner for a modern shred type guitar. Definitely go in with the thinner one. They're both $60, so it doesn't make a difference. Fingerboard, guys. It's got to be a dark one on this guitar. Either straight up dark ebony, says less color variation, so pretty much black. How about royal ebony? Does that look cool? Is that too much going on? Maybe. I always like the darker colors. Rosewood's okay. Maybe this ebony here, just a standard ebony is cool. What does this look like? Zercoat. That's cool too. What do you guys think? And then there's this pale moon ebony. That's too light for me. It's cool, but it's like I don't want that on this guitar. I'm just gonna go the regular ebony that has some variation in the colors and just hope for the best. Or do we just go straight up black for $100? Let's do that. Okay, fingerboard radius. We've got a few different options here. Pretty cool. So the 12 to 16 inch, that's like your typical Charvel or Jackson compound radius, which is nice. I'm familiar with that. 10 inches, that's more like an old style Fender Strat. Not for me so much. 20 inch, too flat. That's for Misha. You know, he can have it all day. 14 inches seems to me to be the best option here. Kind of the Goldilocks setting for all the different options. So we'll leave it at that. As far as inlays, I either like offset. Occasionally I like the staggered look, like the old John Petrucci Ibanez guitars. But usually these days I kind of like a clean look with none. That's pretty sick. So then we don't need to deal with the inlay material. Frets, stainless steel jumbo, medium jumbo, or do I want stainless steel full-on jumbo? You know, I've come to find recently that I don't like frets that are too tall because I like to feel the fretboard underneath the strings when I'm pressing the strings. So I think I'm going to stick with the medium jumbo. That seems like a good middle-of-the-road option there. Rear neck finish. Let's see. You have one option, okay. Headstock shape, you've got one option. Headstock overlay. I think I want it to match the body. What do you guys think? Are you into the headstock matching the body, or are you just all about the black headstocks? I'm gonna go matchy because, you know, I like things a little more. I just like a little more. The truss rod cover. Oh, you can pick the color of your truss rod cover. Okay. I don't know. Black. Let's move on to some more fun stuff. Electronics. Okay. Passive pickups, because I don't need any more active pickups. I don't need to deal with more batteries and all that. So I'm just gonna go passives for now. Pickup configuration, 2 humbuckers, because, you know, that's how God intended. Pickup models. Okay, so I guess there's a whole nother builder option segment on the website for pickups. I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm just going to kind of randomly select a couple pickups here. Because, again, this isn't, I'm not actually ordering this guitar. I'm just putting it together. Let's just go lithium. That sounds cool. Pickup color. All right, I got to do something substantial here. We're going to go covers because I don't want regular bobbin look. All black. Or do we want chrome? Black. We're going black this time, guys. Pickup pole pieces, also black because, yes, hardware options. Okay, so for the bridge, I definitely want a hardtail bridge. What are my options here? Hip shot or tremolo? We're going fixed hip shot. Yep. Color, it's got to be black. For this one, because I want this thing to just be a metal machine. Knobs, we're just gonna go all black, guys. This time it's going real simple, all black. Graphtec nut, yes. Ivory, no. Strings, 10 to 46 because 9 to 42s is just way too light. I don't need that. I use my DiMarzio strap locks. I don't need that. Electronic cavity cover. You know, it's the back of the guitar. I'm not going that fancy. I don't really care what the back of it looks like. All right, if money's no object, we're gonna add that in there. So there you go. All right, so my total build for this guitar is just over $3,000, and that's sick. I think that's a phenomenal deal for a custom-made, made in the USA guitar. Obviously, it's a trusted, tried and true brand. I'm just not familiar with Kiesel because I've never purchased a custom-made guitar before. But if I were to, it would look something like this. And this thing looks sick. Let me know your thoughts about this build and what options you might change out, you know, as opposed to this one here. But to be quite honest, all of the different versions that I've seen on other people's channels, they all look sick. Like, they're all beautiful. All the different variations. There's so much you can customize here, and it's just a lot of fun to play around with this build site. So check it out for yourself if you want, man. Kiesel guitars are amazing. I would love to work with Kiesel in the future. So if anyone there at the company is watching and you want to send me a guitar to check out, I'd be more than happy to do that. I'm sure I would love it. That is it for today's video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. If you stuck around to the end of the video, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. I'll talk to you in the next one. I'm out of here. See ya.